And we're live from the back seat of the car. Sounds like Lover's Lane when you say it cool like that. What's up, everybody? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, witch, and messenger of God. And the crowd goes wild. Did you miss me? I know, I felt it earlier. Everyone's like, why hasn't she done a reading? Read the energy, bro. What's God doing in your life that you need me to tell you? I'm only here to tell you what he's doing in my life and how it works around us. That's all. So what's he doing in my life? Man, he's fucking with me. Why are you always fucking with me? I feel like I got a fever, to be honest, right now. I posted in my community page. I was like, I really didn't do shit today. I woke up at like, okay. First things first, I had to work till like 12:30. I got back to my side of town and like parked it by like 1, almost 2. And I'm like, this is not going to work if you keep waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is dangerous. Anyways, so then I go to sleep and then sure enough, I'm up at 4 and I'm like, no. And then I'm up at 5. I'm like, no. And I'm up at 7. I'm like, all right, I'll move the car so that we don't see people, but I'm not waking up yet. So then I went over to Chatfield. I went to go to pass out because by then the kids are up. So we switch around and stuff. And I'm like, guys, I just got to lay down. So I had gotten them breakfast. Everything's chilling in the car. And then I get a knock on the window. And it's Ranger Rick. And he's just like checking to make sure I hadn't been camped out there all night. I'm like, no, I just got here. But I need a nappy nap. So then I passed out for a few hours. I woke up, it was like 11-ish. I'm like, oh, God. I woke up in a moon cycle. I was like, oh, man. I had an offering in my car that I had done some of it yesterday, but I didn't do all of it. So I took the offering and placed it right outside of my car and used the restroom and then went and jumped in the shower. And then I found these cool-ass bones and teeth and stuff. And then got in the car, got the kids some lunch, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to pull it together. Shit. I'm like, no, I'm not. So we came over to the library so the kids could hang out. My daughter found this good romance book that she keeps, reading. My son gets on the computers and plays the little kids' games that they have there. And I'm curled up in the back seat on a moon cycle. I'm like, come on. At least I'm not in pain, but I feel like shit. Last night, dude, I don't know what it was. I actually haven't given it much energy, but it hit me so fast and knocked me down. We did a tour of the Amazon. We were about to do a tour, right, of the Amazon warehouse. We've been sitting in some fucking room watching videos and shit for like 2 days. We finally get out on the floor. We're out there for like 10 minutes. And he's like pointing at this pallet of shit. And then I look up at him. And all of a sudden I get this huge tunnel vision. Everything gets all blurry. It's almost like vertigo. And I feel like I'm about to pass out. And he's like, all right, come on, everybody. And I walk straight up to him like, dude, I don't feel good. I think I'm going to pass out. He's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I shouldn't move. And he's like, do you know how to get back to this part of the warehouse? I was like, kinda. He's like, hold on, I'm going to find someone. And she's like, come on, it's this way. And I start to walk and I feel like I'm drunk, like I'm falling. She has to like literally hold me and walk me over there and I get some water. And then once I get in there, I get so cold. I'm like flushed. I'm like freezing inside of there. They're like, are you all right? I'm like, I have no idea what hit me. And they're like, well, what I'm describing is what they think is heat exhaustion. But I'm thinking I'm really exhausted. Like, I'm really exhausted. I'm standing there. I pounded this cup of coffee. I mean, pounded it like as if it was a shot and my life depended on it. I pounded a cup of coffee as soon as I walked in there. And maybe it was like, a speedball and it hit me too hard. But as soon as I got out there. So that fucked up my whole tour. I was out of the fucking tour for like 35 minutes. And after that, I was just trying to hold on to the shift. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know what just happened, bro. I'm just trying to make it through this shift. No idea. So then, I had a rough night. And then I had a weird morning. I never really got it together. I just got the kids some lunch and cleaned up and shit. And I'm laying in the back of my car and I'm like, I gotta go to work in a couple hours. And God's fucking with me. He's like, do you really? And I'm like, oh, come on, God. He does this to me all the time. It's all about pride, you guys. It really is. I'm a manager and a business owner, and I have climbed the ranks. And I stopped doing shit like this in my 20s. And I condemn myself for being so irresponsible in my work behaviors and my work ethics. And I really hate those that exhibit the same ethics, but it's just a part of life. And me personally, that's the thing, is like, I suffer from an ongoing, healing process every month, where it's typical that I cannot produce a day's labor when I'm in labor. Is usually how it works. Now, I'm not in labor, but my body will not physically I cannot command my body to do what it's supposed to do during the full moon. I can't. I lose, it's like, I just can't. I can't. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, just lay down and then you'll get some energy. Just drink some coffee and you'll get some energy. Eat a meal, you'll get some... Bro, I'm dying back here. All I want to do is sleep. I'm not even. So then here's where it gets real good. So Amazon's got this great fucking culture where they don't give a fuck. You get 10 hours when you first start. It's like anytime you leave work, they take out of this bucket of unpaid time. When the unpaid time is gone, you're gone. You could do whatever until that shit is gone. So that's what they told me. They're like, just leave. You can use your unpaid time. I was like, no, I'm not doing that the second day of work. They're like, it doesn't matter. And while I didn't do it, other people just disappeared during our break. They just fucking disappeared. I don't know if they're never coming back or if they just disappeared from the shift and it's covered. Anyways, so I'm sitting here and God's like, you got time, just take it off. And I'm like, that's some bullshit, God. But at the same time, that is a privilege that I never had before. And that's what got me. Let me show you something really funny. I had to pull out my... Hold on. Come on, fuckhead. I had a jacket. And attached to my jacket was my old name tag, right? And that's what got me locked up. Dude, that's how I lost that job, is because I could not work. And they had strict policies where if you can't work, then you're fucked. You lose your job. And so I have a coverage right now to where if I can't work tonight, it's okay. I don't lose my job. I don't lose my job. I can just come in tomorrow like nothing happened. You know what I mean? I can do it for a couple of days and then I lose my job. And that's kind of the situation. And I was like, well, fuck, God. I just wanted to hurry up and get to work. But then he's showing me you're going to go out in that fucking warehouse and that didn't go so well yesterday. I was like, you're killing me, Smalls. And so that's where I'm at, is do I force my ego, or do I force my body to do what my mind thinks is the right thing to do? Or have I learned my lesson through God and through these experiences of having a fucking period for 41 years, that I've learned that due to my sexual traumas, that this is just the way it is, and I'm going to have to take a couple days off usually. My last one I thought was perfect. I didn't have no pains that made me feel like this, where I couldn't just function. I really couldn't understand it. I was up in Las Vegas and I was fine. The whole time I was building tents and taking tents down and doing all kinds of shit like it was a normal day in the neighborhood. But then again, I was in the ground. I was literally laying in the ground where it was soaking up all my pain and making me feel better. I was in the dirt. I'm about 4 feet out of the dirt in my car, and that's not helpful. Just roll around in the dirt. Fucking pig. Just kidding. So that's where I'm at. It's make the decision, and that's some Wednesday shadow work. It's and that's the next thing too, communication. Are you going to tell people what's going on? Are you going to talk about what's going on with you? Or are you going to keep it to yourself and let it eat you? I'm actually fine. I'm just tired as fuck, and I feel like I got a fever. I don't know. I just don't feel so well. And it happens all the full moons. And then what happens if I do stay? It's never a bad thing. It's always just bad to your mind. To be honest, God told me not to spend no money because he has a plan for my money, so I haven't touched no money. And when you have money, you feel safe. So I still feel safe. I have money. So it's not like I'm doing this out of desperation. Everything I do is because God tells me. God gave me this job. If he tells me not to go to work, then he tells me not to go to work. And that's where it is he gives you things and then you let it control you. You know what I mean? Where he has to take it away again because you're not listening to him. It's like he gives you a phone with a limit. You can only talk to these people. And then you try to link up to other people and then he fucking takes away your phone. Kind of shit like that. It's the best way I can describe it. He's very fathering in the sense of, he doesn't, especially with me, is I'm not letting you out there and fucking everything up. You can go out and play a little bit, but you're coming right back home. Where's home? Outside. And that was it too, is I had a great sleep. dude. I really did. I never passed out at Chatfield. I usually wake up and go and spend the day at Chatfield. I don't sleep at Chatfield. And it was a great sleep. I really did. I was like, wow, this was a great sleep. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that? Like some places you just really sleep really well. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the day that you had, but it's just the place that you are. It's not an amazing pillow or blanket or bed or, you know what I mean? It's just, this was a good sleep. This was a good rest. So that's where I am. I got some good rest, but I need more. I'm not feeling it. And so I'm probably going to actually just take the night off and feel better. Tomorrow's Thursday, and it'll be a great day because Thursdays are always the best day of the week. And then it's Friday, then Saturday, Sunday. What? We got shadows and shit. Shadows and shit. I saw this vision. I was like talking to someone. I'm like, so where are you at in your shadow work? And that's all it is. It's like, where are you at in God's big fat plan of fucking up your life? How far has he done? How far has he gone? How far are you letting him go into destroying your life? Has God Jobed you yet? Are you letting God Job, or are you being a Jonah? Are you getting swallowed by the whale because you don't want to listen to what God said? I don't know. I'm not getting swallowed up by shit. I'm the one fucking swallowing babies around. Oh, God. And then there was that. So then right before I got on here, Wolfman added some fucking video about some fucking bullshit about ceremonial shit. And he's such a fucking human. You're so human. I don't hate you. I just need you to get past your mind and quit using it. I found out your first name, Oscar the Grouch. That's sexy. Anyways, going back to it, he said some shit, and he was like, I've been working with Lucifer. That explains so much. That explains why I was attracted to you. He knew exactly how to get me back. So you are going to give her a rise. Yeah, I told you. Told you. God knows what I like. Are you a lesson? Anyways, there's nothing wrong with learning with Lucifer. There's nothing wrong with learning with me. All we're going to teach you is your dark sides. We're going to teach you how God created those sides to you and how you must control them, and that your power and that power lies within them. But Lucifer won't get you to the light because he won't follow me. He'd rather stay in his shadows. That's the thing. I had to leave him. And, I'm very much into Persephone. That's where I'm at. I'm very much in my Persephone. It's like, I've been casted here to love you and to accept you. Do you know what I mean? As, his children. I'll learn, and that's it. That's where compassion and acceptance is. It's like, I didn't fucking love Hades. I didn't want nothing to do with Hades. He was like a dirty uncle. Say uncle is what I heard. But you know what I mean? And he's like, oh, I'm going to have her as my own. And I'm like, I'm not going to fight you, and I'm not going to fight to get out of here. I mean, I guess if we're going to sit here, and that was Belle, I guess, if this is what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit here with your bitch ass. You want me to wear these clothes? And that goes back to that beautiful movie, Legend, with, what was it? Tom Cruise and Lily. You know what I mean? He wanted to turn Lily dark. He wanted her to wear her darkness. Okay. I can sit here and we can make fun of these fucking people, but I'm still the love and light, bitch. And that was the thing is like, Lucifer and I, we were the first to inherit those dark feelings that man eventually called their own. You know what I mean? And that's why we are considered the demons and the rulers of darkness, is because we had them first. God gave us those powers first, which is nothing more than pain and suffering. Pain and suffering. He gave to us first. And then, so shall we give that power to, of the gods to you. And that's where people are right now in studying the dark. You want to understand how to use this darkness because there's more darkness than there is light. And that's why I, the Lilith, am here. And that's why he is searching all forms of the dark side. But the truth is yeah, you can see that there's all power in dark, but if you don't know how to harness it. And what does that mean? Love it. Love it. You must love the parts of you that are deemed ugly, that God made you Do you know what I mean? You have this picture of me and Lucifer with these enormous horns, which was only the most beautiful gift from God. Only the most proud animals keep the headpiece. But yes, we were given these horns, you know what I mean? The horn gods and whatnot. You pictured us with these unbelievable wings, which, yes, indeed, don't you wish you could fly? You know what I mean? But yes, dark. Because why? We occupy the dark feelings of, you know what I mean, of our existence. Not to say we weren't created of light, Lucifer being the highest ranking angel and the most powerful, second to his brother, Michael. You know what I mean? So it's just a family affair if you really want to talk about it. But as far as praying to Lucifer, it's no more than praying to, you know what I mean, that's praying to understand your dark masculine. Okay, well, I show you that all day as my dark masculine is out of control. My masculine ego, my distorted masculine is that of a Luciferian. That's the devil, Satan, whatever you call it. You know what I mean? And that's where, you know, Russ and I come together. My Lucifer is our uncontrolled, distorted masculine keeps us in our shadows of our masculine. But if you're not careful, and that's where I teach you the balance is, not only do I teach you the dark side of your masculine, but I teach you the dark side of your feminine feelings too. I'm nothing more than the dark, and I hold the light. What is the light? Truth, love, laughter, compassion. I make, you know what I mean? I bring you through it without letting it destroy you, which I can do. I could say some words that'll fucking destroy you and your ego. For example, Ellie is very still mad at me for calling him gay. Fucking, Bobby is unforgiving about me saying something was wrong with his child. And that's unfair, douchebag. There is something wrong with your child. But you're mad because somebody spoke about it in a derogatory way and used it against you. And that's what a shadow is. A shadow is a true part of your being that you find that triggers you because other people's perception of it. It don't matter how I feel about your children. They're your children. All that matters is how you feel about them. You can't change my perception of it. You can't force me to like something I don't. You know what I mean? Not to say I don't like your children. But anyways, he's all unforgiving about my words. Everybody's unforgiving because these words will get underneath your skin and will boil and kill you. Why do these words kill you? Because you have unhealed shadows where you don't accept this. You don't accept that somehow I was able to notice that there's something biologically wrong with your child and made jokes about it and blamed your wife. Okay, why is this unacceptable? I made jokes about it. It's the truth, isn't it? And you hate me because I carry the fucking sword of truth and I'm dark about it. I bring out all your darkness with truth. Right? Russ don't want to talk about his mom unless he's the one talking about his mom. You know what I mean? Fucking nobody could talk about Marshall's daughter unless he's the one talking about his daughter. Y'all are double standard, double sworded. You know what I mean? Like that's not... You know, and that goes back to Wolfman. He don't want to talk about his sexual shadows unless he's talking about how he uses it for good, not how it's used against him and he's powerless to it. You know what I mean? That's just it, is you guys don't want to accept the way that God made you. You want to pretend to be something you're not and make yourselves suitable to man. And that's where Lucifer, myself, and all of us stand tall. Because we are what God made us. And that's what gives us our power, is knowing how God made us and why he made us this way. And using those powers this lifetime for good and not evil. And that's what I mean. The longer that Russ keeps trying to use shadows to make money and keep people in low vibrations, the longer it'll crush him. Nothing good will come from his shadows but him and his shadows. You cannot put them on other people anymore. You will not force people to feel the way you feel. Why? Because I bound that motherfucker from doing it. And there's plenty of people that do that. They'll come up and say some short shit to you, and now you feel as small as they do. And that shit is growing inside of you, making you insecure about everything everything after and everything before. Their words are all powerful to a weak mind, is how that works. So, going back to it, yeah, I'm full of great shit on my freaking period, but let's get to the point here. You know, Lucifer is just another, you know, God created him that way. You know what I mean? And that's what it is too, is like, I didn't ask to be born. Can you understand that as a teenager, as an adult, as a, you know what I mean? I didn't ask for this, God. And you rise up to fight for what it is that you don't want to be. Can you understand that that's what happened between us and God? We didn't accept how he made us. We didn't accept the position he wanted. We didn't like what he did with our lives. Do you feel that way about your God? Do you fight him and everybody around you to try to make it different? Or are you ready to accept that he made you this way in all perfection? That's what Lucifer is there to teach you. He's not going to lie to you. He's just going to make you see it for what it is. And that's what I do. This is what we are. And we're inglorious bastards. God made us an equal level of light and dark. But we must learn to harness the light within our darkness. Otherwise, we're nothing more than demons. We're exactly what they say we are. If we're nothing more than our darkness, then we're nothing more than the darkness. And nobody wants to stay in the dark. Not any creature. Not any being of God wants to stay in the dark. And that's where it says, Lucifer wept. When I brought his energy off that mountain, he cried. Because he was done. I'm done. Spent my whole life in the darkness. I'm ready to go back to the light. What did I do? As soon as I got there, I cried. I don't want to be here. I want to go back to the dark. I've never known, you know what I mean? It's like, no, the dark is where my home is. That's where my people. I don't want to be here with you. And the truth is it's not that I don't want to be in the light with God and all his angels and all his, you know what I mean, angelic beings. It's that I want my people from the dark with me. And that's why I'm here. Heaven is not heaven without the dark. Without those that make the world experience, and that's the truth. I can't stand you love and lighters. You know who I really can't stand? Fucking Bridge Fit. I can't stand that fucking Susie Housemaker fucking Betty Crocker bitch. You make life look fucking simple, bitch. You simple bitch. I can't stand you. You spend all day fucking baking and playing with your kids and having a great life. I can't fucking stand you. That's not the life God made for us. Just sitting around playing fucking, you know what I mean? Fucking Martha fucking Stewart and fucking, I can't stand you, bitch. Why? Because that's light. That wasn't what we were created from. And that's it. And that's how the light looks at the dark. I can't stand you ghetto ass bitches. I can't stand you fucking grimy ass fucking homeless people. I can't stand you drug dealers. I can't stand you alcoholics. Can't stand you strippers. I can't stand rap music. And that's it. It's like, you know what I mean? We make a stand. Here we go. Hey you, I love you. So Stan. We make a stand against each other instead of realizing that we are each other. You're me if I wasn't me. I'd be sitting around doing some stupid shit like that all day. Let's whip it. Now whip it good. Be doing stupid Pilates and taking the kids on fucking... And the truth is I did do shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a balance of being light and dark. You know what I mean? Playing both light and dark. But in the essence, yeah, it's like... Listening to him, you keep going outside of yourself to understand yourself. And all he did... From what I heard is he just got confirmation to everything I've already said. You're not going to find anything that I haven't already said because I've already said it. And it's already came before me. I'm just confirmation to what it is. And that is the truth, as he was saying, is we're more than, and that's what I try to teach you so much. But you can't yet when you're in the mind. You're locked in your mind. That's what the matrix is. He still is too. He can leave the mind through meditation, but it's still, the mind is in control. And that's where it is right now. I'm trying to teach you. My mind tells me, no matter what, because it's been programmed my whole life to be a good, hardworking man, that you got to get your shit together and you got to go to work tonight. And anybody that's been watching me for months knows that I do this every month. And when am I going to give in? You know what I mean? And it's to show you Not that I'm weak, but to show you how many weeks and months and years it takes to stop being you. That's not really you, that you're really trying to fight the mind and what it's been told to do. I have plenty of money. I have enough to go get a hotel. I don't need to go to work tonight. It's all about the programming of the integrity of fear, loss, persecution, shame, regret. What would people say if I don't show up? What will happen if I show up the next day? What? None of that matters when my heart has spoken. But then the mind comes in and it's just a never-ending fight. And, you have to battle it whenever it's the battlefield of the mind. I'm seeing Joyce Meyers. I can't guarantee that book is any good. I do not support that book, but that's what she got famous off of, is the battlefield of the mind. And that's really what it is you're just trying to understand why your mind works that way and trying to get a grasp on it. Realizing that this is just the way, this is something inside of me, but it's not necessarily who I am. It's just what's always, the narrator inside of me all the time. So, yeah, that's how that goes. And there was a lot there for, the X's and the O's. And that's just it. As you start to understand your mind, you start to understand how you think, you start to let go of layers of yourself as you start knowing thyself. You start forgiving yourself, having compassion. You start catching yourself. And sometimes you don't. Because again, it's a programming inside of your DNA where, this is what I do, and this is what I do, and this is what I do. And breaking any of those routines, ritual routines is what we call those, is extremely difficult. If you wake up every morning and the first thing you do is go get coffee, and then one morning you wake up and your coffee machine is gone, this creates chaos. Even the most strongest person, this is creating chaos because now your routine has been broken. How do you accept this adversity? What will you do? Will you panic? Will you yell at people? Will you go into hysteria? Will you problem solve? Will you go dramatic and go out of your way to go, like a fiend and show up in your pajamas screaming for coffee from someone else? You know what I mean? How do you act when you're shoved out of your routines? Out of your comfort zone? And that's what it always is. And that's what I'm saying is God is always, all right, we're going to push them out the nest. Let's see if they fly or fall. You never fall. He catches you. It's like, oh, they're falling. Grab them. Dude, they're going to hit the floor. Grab them. And that's it. He'll always grab you. And sometimes you do hit the floor. Like sitting there like me, looking up at the sky like, oh, man, I really didn't learn my lessons yet. And then, and then sometimes you jump and it's not so scary. But that's the whole, and going back to Wolfman, hey, fucking love you, but you really got to try it, bro. Is like, you literally let him come in and fucking tell you what to do with your day every day. Sometimes the littlest things have the largest effects. Sometimes you do nothing. And that's a whole day spent with God. Not doing anything means you didn't have to do anything. Meaning you weren't in control today. And everything went as without you. It's okay for the day to flow without you putting your fucking energy into it. That's what it means to flow, is just let it come over you and go with it. And that's what I'm doing today is like, I looked up, I was like, dude, what time is it? It's 11? Holy shit, are you guys hungry? Let me try to get out of the car. Let me try to stand up here and see if I can get my bearings here. And that's it. It's like, I don't do this. I'm never here. I never do this, but I had to do something. I wasn't going to be where I normally be, and all the working people and all the fucking morning joggers and whoever else shows up in the morning, I wasn't going to be there because I'm never there. Do you know what I mean? I wake up at 4 and I get up and I'm gone. And that's just, that's part of the flow. And it's very difficult to flow like this, to let God take you on an adventure. But it is the adventure that you've always craved, and it ultimately comes back to an adventure with Him. Whenever you're sitting by yourself, you're not by yourself. Even if there's never a thought that enters your mind, if nothing more than breathing for fucking 3 hours and you fucking zoned out staring at nothing, that was you outside of your body. Nothing happened in your body, meaning your body wasn't in control. You were able to put the body on pause and just be spiritual. meaning witness the world through spiritual eyes without the body trying to do stuff. It's a great thing. I used to do it for hours and never understand how the fuck I was just sitting there doing it. My guys, I don't even know what's happening. I will stare at a wall for 5 hours. And it could happen anytime, dude. If I sit at a light for too long, I can fucking leave the body real fast. You know what I mean? And that's just it, is anytime you can sit still, you're anything but still. Because you'll leave the body, and when you come back, it'll take time. But you went outside of yourself and filled yourself and brought it back to yourself. You can only do those things when your body is still. And that's why sleep is so important. It's the easiest way to leave your body. You know what I mean? You don't have a recollection, and that's the same thing that happens when you phase out. If I'm talking to you and all of a sudden you blank space me, and you're like, huh, what were you saying? If I ask you what you were thinking, you're going to tell me nothing. Your eyes just went wide. I'm seeing that chick from Rango, the lizard. She just goes blank. That blank space is you're being called out of your body. And your body doesn't know what just happened. You just know that you were there, but you weren't really there. The lights are on, but you weren't really there. And that's what happens when you go to sleep. The lights are on. Your body's still functioning. It's still breathing. You know, it's still alert. It feels cold. It's still, active. But you're not in there driving it right now. It doesn't have nowhere to go. So you can get the fuck out of the seat. And you can go sit down with God, and you can go sit down with everybody, and you can go, cruising through your memories and all this stuff. And those are what you get as dreams. I don't know. I don't really get dreams. If I have a dream, it was something real that I remembered happened. Dreams are real. They're not fake. They're real. You just need to know what real time they were really happening. And that's where it gets a little funky. Like the other day I said, I dreamt that I saw Russ. That means I left and I went and had a conversation with Russ in the astral world. And then I came back and I saw it, so I had to speak of what I saw out there. This is what I saw out there when I left my body. This is what happened. I left my body and I went to Russ and we talked. So now I come back into my body and now we talk. I do that a lot with people. They're like, Marshall. Have a whole conversation. That boy never pick up the fucking phone. I can hear you, bro. I hear you fucking loud and clear when I ask you a question. I hear what you're saying. I can have this conversation without you. We can keep doing this. I know it's freaking you out, but I can hear your thoughts. Like, I know, in the sense of, I know what you would say to this. How would you know? How did you know I was going to say that? Telepathy, I suppose? An alien species? I don't know. God, who gives me fucking gifts? Going back to it. So yeah, it's a great story. That's what I'm doing. I'm chilling. I'm so comfortable. And that's it too. After the kids, I'm going to grab them. We're going to I need to reboot my system is what I need to do. I need to reboot my system. That's what's going on here. It's all on funky fucking systems. So I was working 12-hour shifts from 12 to 12. For 2 weeks before that, I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to work day shifts. Now my system's all fucked up. It has no idea. And 7 o'clock is when my shift starts, and that's usually my bedtime. I shit you not. It's nearly impossible for me to stay up past 7 o'clock when the sun goes down like this. I am in the bed somewhere asleep. If you see me post after 7, okay, no, I'll wait till about like 8-ish to post. And that's killing me, dude. I'm like, hold on, I'm just trying to wait to post. And then after that, I'm like, all right, I'm going to sleep. You'll catch me later when I wake back up. You know what I mean? But no. So now my new shift is when I go to sleep, now I'm supposed to be awake. I'm all fucked off. This is all fucked off. This takes practice or something. I don't know, but it's not going so. I don't know. Not tonight. Unless I start feeling like, and even that, it's like, okay, what happens, dude? It came out of nowhere yesterday. I shit you not, dude. I almost collapsed. It was like that drunk feeling, you're too drunk and like somebody needs to walk you to your bedroom and you're probably going to throw up later. That's how I felt last night. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to take the risk of that. And I still feel funny. Feel very funny. So what is that? Is that have something to do with the warehouse? No, it could have been anything. It could have been all the energy, or it literally could be a flush. Do you know what I mean? It literally could be an energy flush from the 1111 portal. You're literally going through stuff through different times and shit. I'm not grounded. Are you grounded? I'm all over the place. And yes, oh yeah, in my 1111 portal, I couldn't believe that. I woke up the next day and one of my lines of communication was open to my twin flames. I have 12, so don't get too excited. As I said, oh gosh, is this another lesson? Am I about to learn another lesson with you? What the fuck? Are we ready for union? That's all I'm ever going to ask any of my twin flames. Are we doing more lessons or union? What's going on here? I'm not talking to you until you answer that question. I don't want to. I'm not. Get the lesson over so I can get over this shit. That's how it be with my twin flames. I'm very skeptical. Like, oh, I'm skeptical with everyone. I'm like, God sent me someone. What does he want me to learn from you? What are you here to teach me? What do you want? What am I going to learn from you? I'm going to learn a lesson from this person. That's all I see you people as. The whole lesson. Like, oh, great. Here we go. Another lesson to be learned. I mean, anyways, it was pretty fantastic. Because, again, I don't talk to nobody. I was very surprised to see that line of communication open. I was like, is this real? I guess it's that's what I said. I guess the 1111 portal opened this. I don't know, though. I don't know about this. I don't be knowing nothing, dude. I'm like apprehensive. Like, I'm going to stand here until I see somebody on the other side of this door. I'm not walking through doors anymore. I don't know what's over there. I'm going to fuck around and get stuck in this doorway. I'm not the same girl I was. I'm not walking through this bullshit like last time. I've learned some lessons. Shit. Give me some credit. Anyway, so, yeah. An update and more to learn. And again, yeah, everybody that comes in my life, your life is just, you're part of my soul contract and you're supposed to come in and be part of this story. Sorry, I didn't sign you up for it. God did. I don't write the fucking books. I just fucking read them. As I said too, what is my I'm nothing. I'm a professional fucking energy reader. I just tell you what's already been written before I got here. I don't have, what the fuck? I didn't do it. I'm just part of it, just like you. I'm part of collective energy, just like you. I just don't have the collective consciousness that you have. I'm trying to collect all of you into a Christ consciousness. As I said too, it's like Lucifer reiterated what Jesus said. You go figure. We all knew what Jesus was. He's an actual fucking incarnation of everything God said before God's words created in a man. That's all of us. Congratulations. Going back to your shadow work. You're not supposed to be ashamed of your shadows. You're not supposed to hide them. You're not supposed to fear them. You're not supposed to judge yourself for them or let anyone else judge you. God created your life this way. And that goes back to Marshall. And this is a shitty ass thing. I told him that. I was like, if Marshall can't get to a point where he accepts that fucking trailer was good enough, he'll never be able to live in a trailer with me. Because truthfully, my RV is going to be smaller than any trailer his mom put him in. And that's it. He could never, because he has so much shame about it to begin with. He was ashamed that he lived in a trailer park. We know this from the movies and everything. Why was he ashamed of that? Because people made him feel like that wasn't good enough. Did they really tell him it wasn't? Or was it his own childhood? You know what I mean? Did something in the house make him believe it wasn't good enough? Because there's many people that live in trailers. Mobile homes, module homes. Do you see those double wides? They're bigger than your fucking house. It's just a trailer. But he was made to believe that it was a shit, it was a shit fucking childhood, and he deserved better, and he didn't want nobody to know he lived there. What about all the ancestors, bro? What about all the fucking natives that live in fucking trailer parks? We have beautiful trailer parks all over. And that's what I saw. That's what I was trying to point out, is most of Arizona is nothing but trailer parks and RV parks. Have you ever been to a KOA? Have you ever been camping? These are trailers, my love. These are fucking RVs. Look at how cool they are. But, he can't see the fun in them when he sees the shame in his childhood. Do you understand how it can hold you back? And that's what I meant. Hey, work on that. Still need that RV there, buddy. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, You're always going to judge a drunk until you can get over the fact that you was a drunk. I was the funniest drunk. I was the first one drunk and the first one sober. I mean, seriously, I get pounded in 2 drinks. You know, like, you can't accept how obnoxious you were. Or, hey, there was this one time I fell out of the car because we were in a Mustang, and I tried to call out of the back seat. My high heel got stuck on the fucking seatbelt, and I fell out, and my pantyhose were all ripped. And I thought it was sexy as I was sitting there on the ground laughing, and everybody's looking down at me laughing, and we're just laughing. I'm looking at my pantyhose, and they have all these cool rips and holes, and I feel like I'm a gothic girl, and I look cool. But I'm like laughing at myself. I'm so proud that I was always able to stop the car to throw up. You know what I mean? You're like, ew, you were that girl? At least I didn't cry. But yes, I was always that girl. Laughing and throwing up. I'm not ashamed. I'm just glad I don't do that anymore. There's plenty of those. And that's it, is like, you know, you're so ashamed of yourself, and you put that shame on everyone else. You want them to feel shameful about, you know what I mean, their lives, and it's what God put them in, bro. He put them in this bullshit, bro. I don't know what fentanyl is and why God gave it to them, but it's just, you know, fuck, we had ours. We had to go through crack cocaine, and then we had crank, and then we had meth, and then we had opiates that came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? God put this shit out there. It was like, you know, it's not the fucking devil and shit. He's like, alright, this is that new invention of fucking trials and curses and tribulations for mankind to overcome. And so shall we. We shall, because that's what it is. He gave us the strength to do it. It's just, you know, him playing life with us. If he doesn't give us a life, we really don't have a life. You do understand that, right? If nothing ever happens, then nothing ever happens. And that's why people love watching me, is because there's always something happening. My brother said that years ago. He's like, you don't have fucking drama. You have fucking tragedy, like, every day of your life. Only through your eyes, because it was too tragic for you to accept. But it's just an adventure. Every day is very adventurous. And even when it's not, there's so many lessons to be learned in the stillness of... in the still of the night. I can't sing that right now in the position that I'm at. I tried to get it out of my throat. I'm like, I'm curled up in a fetal position. This is not how you sing. Can't get anything out of my diaphragm from here. Funny times. But yeah, you know, shadows. This sucks. How often does this happen? Usually once a month. I gotta take a day or two and just, you know, loaf around. Fucking loafing thug. I'm a loafing thug. Fucking loafing jug. No, I'm a loafing thug. Ha ha! That's some creative bullshit. Write that down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's it. Listen to your heart and not your mind. And, you know, it's going to be a battle, and you might win in the sense of you might be able to make it through with, you know, feeling good that you cared about yourself, or you might give in and do what your mind says. It's a win-win either way, because you're in control. It's just like, how do you feel about it when it's over? Do you feel like, oh, I'm so glad I went to work? Yeah, I did it. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. If I could fight myself not to go to work, that's the real battle. You know what I mean? It's like, there's many things to do. I don't know. Those kind of things that's a whole different kind of bravery. That's a whole different kind of fight for me. My kids are taking a long time. They must be enjoying themselves. And so, yeah, that's the message for tonight. Tomorrow's Thursday, Jupiter Day. I don't even know what day it is. As far as let me see. What's today's date? I don't know. What is it? It's the 13th, 11/13. That sounds about right. This is very important times. Catch the healing, and that's all I got for you. You can go and find all different kinds of, you know, teachings about God and how he worked, and, you know, where his powers were given. But just like Wolfman said, and I teach you all the time, is all that power that was given to the gods was given to man, but they needed someone to teach them how to harness it. That's all we do as the teachers, as the hierophants, as the priests and priestesses. We're here to guide you through his teachings. That's all. We don't give you the power. We didn't take it from you. We don't have nothing to do with it. We're just here to teach you how to harness it, like Professor X. Teach you you're not alone and that all of this lies within you. That's all. good stuff. But at the same time, most of us that aren't, you know, dressed up in a fucking, you know, a religious dress with a big fat cap and gown are out here living life just like you. It's like, you know, we're here to have a human experience too. I have to go through life too. I don't get to just hide behind some, you know what I mean? Some nice outfit and, you know, on top of a stage telling you how to live your life. I have to show you through my life. That's what makes me a testimony and a prophecy and, you know, the whole real McCoy. And that's it too. Is so, you know, going back to it is, don't do what your mind says, do what your heart says. And when you start doing that, you'll be on an adventure because it won't stop talking. And the fight will never end. But that's where it begins. It's starting to listen to your heart. That's all that got me here. It's just listening to that motherfucker. And it's a battle. And sometimes I don't want to. I don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't care what my heart is saying. My mind's telling me, no, don't tell nobody. Don't say nothing. But, you know, that's it. That's what makes us us. And just this alone, just talking with you guys and laying here made me feel better. And that's it. Give and you shall receive. Speaking my truth out to you fills me with new truth and light and love and light, bitch. Dude, are you really that fucking basic? I can't. You're such a basic bitch. I guess basically, you know, if I was going to have a basic life, that'd be the cool life, I guess. Nah, fuck that. I've been a mom my whole life, so all of that is like, I don't want to sit around making fucking banana bread and bullshit. Don't mind me. I'm going to cook for us if we're going to eat, but I'm not going to waste my whole day like, let's go make a mess in the kitchen. Bitch, I cleaned that kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. Get out of the kitchen. We're just made of two very different materials, my friend. And that's the war between the angels and the demons. We really don't hate each other. We just can't... I can't stand you today, Tom and Jerry. That's really what it is. Like, oh, it's your face. Haven't you seen me and Russ? We used to do it all the time. It's like, oh, it's you. I shall take you out today. No, I'm going to take you out today. Take me out to dinner, dickhead. This is annoying. That's what I told him. Fuck are we fighting over? This is nothing to fight over. This is stupid. I'm tired of entertaining you and your bullshit. Get a life. I'm not doing this anymore, Lucifer. Go crawl in your shadows. That's pretty much it. It's like, either you're going to bring them to the surface and be proud of them and heal them and tell the world about them, or you're going to go hide in them and be afraid of them and live them out in front of the world. Either way, it's, you know, I don't attract, I don't chase, I attract. Exactly. You're either chasing your shadows or you're attracting them, but they're yours. What's meant for you is always going to find you. Hey, and back to you destiny swappers. That shit never worked. You're insane. You're insane. You sat around for a long time telling yourself that you were manifesting off of my energy. You just fed yourself an insane reality. You had no part of me, and you couldn't possibly harness anything that I have. You just are insane. And God lets you believe your insanity, and that's cool. But ultimately, there's no destiny swapping. There's no energy harvesting. There's no creative fucking, you know, there's no sacral fucking binding and shit. Alright, the sex magic, yeah, you dicked me down. Alright, dickhead, great. Made me fucking forget all the dick before you. Do you really think you had that power? Okay then, shut up. God who gave you the power to fucking, you know, shut up. And to be honest, I don't remember your dick no more than anybody else's dick. So how powerful are you, dick? The sex wasn't good. You didn't give me a baby. You didn't give me an STD. You know, in essence, my loser baby daddies had more power than your dick did. Dick. All you did was come up with your children. Look at them. That is the extreme of your power, is your children, your offspring. Are you still mad at me? You want me to meet your children? I can pray over them. I could heal them. It's okay. You could too if you were, you know, out of the darkness. Instead, you're all in it and you want to, you know, make them all dark like you. Quit making your kid. That's where she's at. That stupid bitch. My son wanted to bake fucking banana bread. Dude, your son What kind of son are you raising over there that wants to bake banana bread? I'm not saying this is genderfied. I'm just saying, where's his father? Where's his father, and why isn't he teaching him how to be a boy? Oh, Nate, where are you at, bro? I thought you was at home. Why is she over there teaching him all the kitchen stuff? Why aren't you teaching him the manly stuff? Ooh, shadows. Why? Because your dad taught you what? Are you teaching your kid the word of God? You've decided not to teach the word of God because your dad used the word of God against you? See what I mean? Oh, man. Nate's not going to talk to me. He don't care if I make fun of his wife. He's not very fond of her anyway. But now he's going to be upset with me. I've never really took shots at Nate. I love you, Nate. You can make it through this. Handle it. Are you going to go see Grandpa for Christmas? You guys, I love you. You want to have a Friendsgiving? You could be my friends and we can be giving. I know how to cook a lot of good shit. We're going to need a place to cook though. I don't really have that going on right this moment. There's a lot of things I got going on, but that's not really one of them. Trump says I need to be in the kitchen, but God took away my kitchen, so what you gonna do? Here comes Kobe. How's it going? Kobe, you don't dig it? Hey, half my spirit guides are all about it, and the other half ain't about none of it. Apparently, Mac's all about it. It's all about that Donald Trump life. Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, whatever his name is. Duckhead. DuckTales. Quack. Anyways, yeah, you hear my dog. She's comfortably snoring. She's all curled up with me. She knows when I don't feel good. She curls up with me. So that's what we're doing. We're taking the day off to recover and take care of our bodies and our minds and our spirits. And that's okay. I think I'm going to Google a place to fix this window, to be honest. I think it's time to fix the window. Is what I'm feeling. Oh, you're so pretty. You guys want to see something cute? Let me show you. Look at how cute it is. It's like, oh, I just want to lay with you. I don't get to do stuff like this in the front seat. She usually curls up in the back seat. And when I come back here, there's another kid, so then she really leaves. She goes to the other seat. Oh, my doggies. Anyways, hey guys, there's lots to learn about my life. My life be like, ooh. And the only reason I'm supposed to report it is to show you that every life is important. And that all the shit that happens in a day is part of a life. And God gave you life today. He's going to give you life tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a better day. Thursdays are always better. With that being said, I love you guys, and, fight the glorious battle. If you've got to fight your mind, fight your mind. If you hate your moon cycle, be appreciative for it. Really, the shedding it's letting go. And that's what I said is, we get all full of ourselves by the full moon, and then we just let go of it. We're like, all right, I'm letting all of this go. Let's be something new. And that's the art of detachment, is just not being attached to a specific outcome. You know what I mean? If I don't do this, then this will happen. No, that's not true. And that's having the ability to have faith and hope and alternate realities and the possibility that God will make something else happen. Got it? Get it? Cool. Well, I'll catch up with you guys. I don't know. I'll pull the cards. If I'm feeling well, I'll pull the cards tomorrow or one of these days when I'm in a position to do it. But right now, I'm not really. I'm just not in the position to do it. It's not that I'm not in a position to teach and learn. It's just the cards are nothing more than confirmation of what we're learning. Oh, something's up though. I did get those. I just told you about it. It's a little jaw and it has teeth on it. So bones and teeth. And I can't remember if that's Saradwin or Kalik, but one of our dark goddesses, they call for that. And so I got to figure that out, but that's where it's definitely a crone goddess. That's what we're going into, where we're being called for that. And the teeth in the jaw have to do with, you know what I mean, the throat chakra. And as I saw it, it's just like ripping out your tongue, the sinning tongue. Oh, here comes my son. All right, well, laters, haters. Hold on one second. What's up? Here, go sit in the front, and we'll figure this all out. That's what we do. We take turns. He sits in the front. I sit in the front. We just kind of curl up like this. Did you have fun on the thing? Where's your sweater? It's fucking cold out there.
I thought it was... I don't know.
Oh my god. You went out without a sweater? Well, anyways, that's what it is. So we'll figure it out. It has to do with the throat chakra. I know for sure. And that's it, is like take away the sinning tongue or open the throat, is what I see. Anyways, I don't know. We'll get into it when I get into it. I'll find some kind of creepy book about it and shit. But going back to it, there's nothing, everything that God made you can only learn from because it lies within you. Anything you access, you're going to realize is part of your access. You know, so the more time he spends with Lucifer, the more he sees Lucifer within himself. The more time you spend with me, the more you see that I'm within you. The more time you spend with Jesus, the more you see that he's within you. That's just how it is, and that's why it's important to see all aspects of God and know that you are all aspects of God, but not just the light. And that's what I teach you, is the shadows, is to balance your darkness so that the darkness doesn't overtake you or others. Because if you're not holding your darkness, you're projecting it on others. Or it's eating you up inside in weird forms. It's just the truth. So I'm here to, you know, the truth shall set you free. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you soon. Laters, haters.